three candidates. So what do you like the most? What are the great strengths of each of them?
Cooper Rush is a classic drop back thrower. He's as pretty as they are as far as just throwing the football. He's very accurate. He's got great mechanics. He's big, and he gets rid of the ball very quickly. And I think he's a tremendous passer, and he's very bright. Alex Nisnak is really improved himself as a passer, even from the spring until now. He's sped up his arm speed, his throwing motion. Coach Watts has done a tremendous job with him. Alex can run too. He's big. I think the guy power cleaned 390 pounds and vertical jump 37 inches in our conditioning program. So he's extremely strong and athletic. Again, a guy that's had a very good camp. He's making throws that he hasn't made. He's much more consistent throwing the football, and again, very bright. All three of those guys are very bright. And then Cody Cater is really a tremendous athlete. He's got very good hips, great feet. He's very smooth, and people told me he was an outstanding basketball player in high school, and you can see some of those things, just the way how fluid he is and how he moves. And he again has really improved his mechanics. He's throwing the ball much more consistent. His posture in the pocket has been very, very good. His mental clock on when to stay and when to leave and when to extend a play and when not has been very good. And he can run too. Him and Alex can both run. Not that Cooper can't, but that's not his cup of tea. But those other two guys will be able to do some things with our quarterback run game and be able to get those guys on the perimeter and doing some things. So all three have little things, subtle things different, but all three of them have a lot in common too. As I mentioned, work ethic, toughness, the intangibles that you look for, being courageous and the ability to make all the throws. All those guys can do it. Yes.
You mentioned before that, as far as the rest of the offense, you have a lot of experience on the offensive line. You have Zerline coming back at running back. You have playmakers at wideout. Is there maybe a sense of, maybe not urgency, but to get the right quarterback in there to possibly have a special season?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's at the top of our list to find out who that guy is and name him, and but it's obviously something you don't want to rush either. But we have a lot of experience on our staff. Morris Watts is, I think, in his 53rd year of coaching quarterbacks of some sort, and I've been around quarterbacks a lot. Mike Cummings has a lot of experience. Gino Gaduli, our running back coach, has been a quarterback since he could walk, I think, and threw for a lot of yards. So one thing we have around is a lot of quarterback gurus, per se. At least we think we are, some of us. So we've been around it a lot, and there's things that they kind of you look for, things that happen. There's a feel to it a little bit, I think. But making a decision like that isn't all come down to numbers. You know what I mean? It's not always, well, this was his completion percentage in camp. This is your completion percentage in camp. It's who's making plays, who's being productive, and who's moving the team. And ultimately, the guys in the team, gotta want to respond to them. And I think our guys will rally around any three of them. I think our guys really truly enjoy all three of them.
How's the competition been between those three guys?
It's been great. Coach Watts said the morning of our first practice, we had that afternoon, it was like the Cold War in there a little bit. Nobody was talking or anything. But he said they've loosened up a little bit too. Coach Watts, again, I keep bringing up, he's a veteran. He's been in these in the NFL and the USFL and other colleges. He's been in these where guys are trying to, so he's got a really good way to massage the room and get people all bought in on the same page. And one thing that we do is a program that's talk about putting the team first. And all three of those guys have to put the team first. We know it's a competition, and again, I've been in those competitions, and I've been there looking across the table at a guy, and you're like, you don't want him to do bad, but you may not want him to do that good either, So, but one thing I've always learned about competition is, first and foremost, you need to just be worried about yourself. And if you find yourself starting to look at other guys and what they do, you're gonna miss out because you're not gonna be focused on what you have to do. So, put yourself in the best situation, prepare yourself. Those three guys, again, have done a very good job. I think they have not been a distraction at all. I see them talking to each other, encouraging each other, coaching each other, and it's been real healthy. It's been a good competition. As I keep saying, all three of the guys are going to benefit from it because they've all raised their level of play through the competition. Let's just face it. Human nature is when there's complacency, if a job's handed to you, you're gonna work, but are you gonna have that same desire and that same intensity in your workouts all summer and focus and practice every day if you know the job's gonna be yours because there's nobody behind you to beat you out? And it's different when there's guys pushing you that are legitimate competition. It's gonna make you a better player.
How much does it help that whoever you do pick, that the rest of your offense is so experienced, there's so much talent?
It's gonna help a ton, we don't wanna be a one-dimensional team. We wanna run the ball, we wanna throw the ball, we wanna play action and do things, but anytime you can run the football, you make the quarterback's job easier. Any way you can manufacture rushing yards, your quarterback's job is gonna be easier, and I think we really proved that last year, especially towards the end of the year, when we were winning games and we weren't throwing for 360 yards, we were rushing for 180 and throwing for 180 or 200, and we were winning. And I think that's the formula, and I think with the line, the tight ends, the wideouts, and the backs that we have, hopefully we can take some pressure off the guy. No matter who the guy is, though, if you play that position, you've got to make plays. I mean, it's 3rd and 4, it's 3rd and 7. You're gonna have to make a play at some point. If it's 1st and 10 and we play action, and you got a guy with a step on a guy, we got to find a way to get him the ball, and that's their job. So ultimately, there's going to be, that guy's going to have a lot on his plate, but if we can run the football, we'll make it a lot easier for him.
What are your names at Michigan Stadium, 110,000 people? Is that the ideal situation you want to see?
You know what? I think it is, because you're putting them in a tough environment, a fun environment, really. I mean, when you play football, you dream about going to a college stadium and playing with a packed house on TV. I mean, that's what all these young men, that's what they signed on for when they came to college. They want to play in front of people on TV and do that. So what better way to get started than against them? I mean, they're a great football team, and they're ranked 17th in the country, and they're very well coached. And yes, it'll be a huge challenge, but I'd like to see whoever that guy is step in there and be confident and hopefully play very well, and that'll give him confidence for the rest of the season.
Was there a sense of relief that you maybe found that 5th offensive lineman in Cody Pettit and plugged that hole right there?
Yeah, not really a sense of relief, because I think we have very capable guys. It was going to be, who is it going to be? We wanted someone to step up and get it done, to be quite honest with you, Cody wasn't even penciled in. They wanted us to be the starting right guard, but one of the guys that we were going to have do that came in and didn't do very well on his conditioning test, and got demoted because of that. And Cody's taken advantage of his opportunity. I mean, it's been a classic case of what we talk to our team all about. You never know when you're going to get your opportunity, and when you do get it, you got to grab the horns and you got to take advantage of it. And Cody's done that so far through 10 practices. He's been very solid and very good. So, our hats off to him, because he's a great young man too. He's a good person, and he works extremely hard, and he really is a guy that we stand up in this program and say, if you work and you put the team first and you have a great attitude, you come here every day and do things the right way off the field and on the field, you'll be given an opportunity. And Cody's done that. He's a great young man and great team guy. The guys on our team really enjoy being around him, and he works very hard.
Coach, you look back a couple of years, and Jake Olson was kind of the offensive tackle that had more of the potential, if you will, and then Eric Fisher goes on and gets taken 1st overall, and now Olson's back for his 6th year. You look at where Fisher was at last year, the year before. I guess, where is Olson at?
He's right there. As you mentioned, I mean, 2 years ago, Jake was our left tackle, and then last year, obviously, Fish was. We had Jake at right tackle, and moving Fish to left tackle, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's the first guy taken in the draft, so it's not like he lost his job to somebody that wasn't a very good player. So, but Jake, we've always felt could be a left tackle. Would actually excel at left tackle. They're a little bit different. I think as you look at them, they're both very good. I think Fish is might be a little more nifty in his feet than Jake. Jake by no means is not athletic. He's very athletic, moves his feet very well for a guy's size. They both bend very well, and again, there's more similarities in the two than there are differences. They both play the game with an edge, though, both of them. And Jake plays with an edge, man. He's tough, and he gets after guys, and when he blocks guys, he tries to move them. And he's very bright. Both those guys are very bright. very bright. They learn very quickly. Our offensive line coach is one of the best offensive line coaches in the country. These guys are prepared, and he demands a lot out of them, and they benefit because of that, because they continue to get better and better and better. And Jake is a great leader. He's a very good player, and I think basically that what people are looking for is him to put together 13 games healthy and play the whole season, and then I think that he'll have tremendous opportunities after this season.